Hello class, welcome to another week here at Beetle University. I am Professor Moptop. It is always nice to be here. Thank you very much, as always, for everything that you do. This week we're going to be talking a little bit more about Beetle demos from the White Album era. Last week we talked about Paul stuff. This week we're going to talk about a couple of John songs and a George song. Now, John had a song called Child of Nature that he wrote while he was in India. And he wrote this right after Maharishi gave them a lecture all about nature and how we should be one with nature and how everything comes from nature. And John went one way and Paul went the other way, and they both wrote songs inspired by this lecture from Maharishi about nature. Paul wrote Mother Nature's Son, and John wrote Child of Nature, which we're going to talk about now. When they were figuring out what to put on the White Album, they knew that they didn't necessarily need two acoustic songs about nature, and they figured since Paul's was better than John's, that's the one that they would use. Ultimately, John kept Child of Nature around because, as I've said before, the Beatles never let a good idea get too far away. Now, even though Mother Nature's Son became the song that was on the White Album, both were demoed for the White Album sessions. That's the recording you're going to hear within the recording that I will be emailing out. The Let It Be sessions, there's a whole bunch of songs that they tried throughout that. One of them was Child of Nature for just a little bit, but they never moved it too much further past that. Ultimately, John Lennon remembered the tune and cleaned it up and changed the lyrics completely and turned it into Jealous Guy. Eventually, the demo would be released officially, as it was widely bootlegged for many years. Another song that was widely bootlegged for a real long time is called What's the New, Mary Jane? Right after John and Yoko met, he became instantly infatuated with Yoko Ono, and as soon as he got back from India, John basically left his first wife, and him and Yoko became this constant thing that they would become for the next 5 or 10 years, where they would never be seen apart from one another. After John got back and left his wife and Julian, became one with Yoko, he started writing a bit more unusual songs, and he was getting very into avant-garde and experimental music. Some would call it noise, some would call it beauty and poetry. One of the songs demoed was What's the New, Mary Jane, and both John and Yoko tried making their own version of this with a little bit of help from George Harrison, who wasn't always as nasty as he seems to be from this period. A lot of the stuff written about George kind of paints him in a bit of a difficult light, but he wasn't as anti-Yoko as some seem to think. At any rate, John and Yoko would record this song, and it was supposed to be on the White Album, but ultimately it was outvoted because they thought that there was already too much unusual and bizarre stuff on the White Album, and they didn't need Revolution 9 and What's the New, Mary Jane. What's the New, Mary Jane basically never got officially released until the anthologies came out in 1995. One of the situations where John would write a song, or any of the Beatles would write a song, demo it, and never actually complete it. Now, the other song we're going to talk about this week is called Circles, which is a George Harrison song that he wrote in India. And it was also demoed after the band returned, and then it was sort of forgotten about. They never attempted this in the studio during the Let It Be sessions, during the White Album sessions, and it's all about reincarnation and the cycle of life, and around we go in circles. Well, many years later, on the Gone Troppo album, George would recall this song. With Billy Preston, he would finally record it. Once again, rarely did a good idea that the Beatles had go too far. They would never go to waste. They would always remember them. They would always figure out a way to make them something special, and that's just what they did. And with that, we're gone for another week. I'm going to send you 3 hunks of audio. I hope you all enjoy them. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will talk to you again. I'm Professor Mop.